What's up, guys? Prosindetje. So today I'm in the cobblestone city of Korce. Took a bus this morning 3 hours from Tirana, southeast, heading towards Greece and northern Macedonia. The city's really special. It's got a very high density of Orthodox Catholic, or we can call them Eastern Orthodox people, because of the proximity to Greece. And it's a mountain town with lots of influence from the villages around. So we got lots to explore today, but start you off on these old streets here. The whole area here is densely packed with old houses, probably a couple hundred years old. Some haven't done as well, but in general, very beautiful so far. I'm not exactly sure why, but I really love places in decay. So you got this kind of, you know, really old building that hasn't been taken care of, but it just depends if the family owns it. You know, maybe the family left, maybe they left during communism, maybe they moved to Tirana, who knows? So the property just becomes decrepit, but it adds this like value to the city. You know, I like to see the history, to see the age, and I find beauty even in the broken things. And I think that's what's awesome about countries like Albania, because they have lots of beauty. They also have lots of broken things. From here, I think you guys can get a pretty good idea of what Korce is all about. So we've got these huge mountain ranges. These are called the Morava Mountains. On the other side of them is Macedonia. And I think here it's cool, you can see kind of the transition of the city. So you have these older houses, probably, you know, a couple of hundred years old, maybe older, maybe newer, hard to say. And then you can see the communist block houses in the distance. So all of this interior city is obviously newer, which is cool. And in the distance here, you can see the big cathedral that they've built for the Eastern Orthodox people of the city. There's also another one over here. But what's interesting is this was actually destroyed during communism. They just tore it down because during the communist times they were anti-religious, and any type of religious practice was made illegal. So it was a big move for the city. In 1992 they started to rebuild or reconstruct this cathedral, and now you'll see when we head over there, it's absolutely gorgeous. So I was talking to an Albanian buddy of mine, and he was explaining to me that through the history of Albania, Korce was a very important city for education. It seemed that during the times of the Ottoman Empire, the Albanian ethnic minority, because obviously this wasn't a country, this was just part of the Ottoman Empire, were speaking Albanian. It was a language that everyone used, but it wasn't actually written. So apparently there's a school here that in 1897 they built the first all Albanian school, meaning they learned how to read and write, do math, all of these things in Albanian, which had never been done before. Albanian wasn't highly written, and apparently upwards of 90% of Albanians were illiterate in their own language, which is a crazy thing considering now, only, you know, 130 years later, most Albanians speak 3 or 4 languages. I mean, it's really crazy how multilingual these people are. It's absurd. When I was checking into my hotel, the lady spoke Albanian, of course, but I asked her, "You speak Italian?" Because many people here speak Italian. She said, "No, I speak Greek." Obviously, she said that in Greek. She just said Helenka, which means Greek in Greek, I think. I don't know any Greek, so we couldn't communicate, but she gave me some options. That was the important point. When I was reading about Albania, I saw that they actually had their own script, which was kind of this hybrid between Cyrillic, Arabic, and Latin letters. You can see it right here. Obviously, during the Ottoman Empire, people were writing in Arabic script, but they were obviously writing Turkish because the Turks used the Arabic script before Ataturk reformed the Turkish language basically after World War I. That means that for the majority of Albanian history, Albanians were preserving their language in various ways that were not truly Albanianized, I would say. The reason I'm walking up this big hill is I just exploring, and I just saw this man with his fist up here. The communists love to build statues, so we'll see who this is. The real reason the Albanians speak so many languages, and I'm just really blown away by how linguistically smart they are, is it's kind of the effects of not having your own country for a really long time, plus proximity to different peoples, plus the Albanian diaspora, which we talked about in the last episode. So lots of Albanians are living in Albania, so they have to learn Macedonian, or they have to learn Greek, or they have to learn the Slavic languages. You know, a lot of these people, they live, you know, an Albanian life, but they're living in Montenegro, so they have to learn Serbo-Croatian. It's just part of the deal. Whew. Whew. Mountain air. So here we go. Look at this guy. Power to the people. This is certainly a war statue. I'm gonna guess World War II. Because the reason I would guess it's World War II is because he has the star on his hat. So let's check it out. I think when we talk about World War II in general, we focus a lot on the Axis powers and the Allies, but pretty much this was a world war. Everyone was caught up in it. So this is a memorial for the soldiers who died during the World War II, probably occupation of Albania. The Italians invaded Albania. I'm not sure exactly which year, but they came here, they occupied it, and then the communists overthrew the fascist Italians. Or I'm not going to say I know the history that well, but that's my not a historian, but it really affects lots of people. It's really crazy. I think the craziest part is you see World War II memorials in every country you go to, and I think that's the impact of that time. And these people truly were heroes, you know, all of them fighting for something. Even if they were on the wrong side of history, in our opinion, they were still, you know, laying it out there, going to different lands, defending their own lands. It's pretty humbling. And this is a really cool monument. I mean, really epic. Didn't know this was here. I also see a nuclear power plant in the background there. Pretty cool. So I've got a good double whammy coming up for you guys. I haven't run into one of Hoxha's bunkers in a while, and I wanted to see this beautiful church that's set upon top of a hill overlooking Korce, and boom, Hoxha bunker. Let's go check it out. Oh, there's a lot of them up here. It's a good defensive position, obviously, because we're up on a hill, but we've got one here. We've also got one there in case the invaders wanted to take out this beautiful church here. So, see what's going on in this Hoxha bunker. This one is not as nice as the one I saw in Tirana. All right. Looks like it's being used as a trash receptacle for clothes. I don't know. It doesn't seem that anyone's living inside, which is the good news. Here we got the other bunker. The crazy part is, because I said earlier that it was 750,000 of these bunkers across Albania. That would be like something like a bunker for every 4 people. So every family could theoretically have their own bunker. This one, obviously, full of trash as well, closed up. Well, they sealed a lot of these. Obviously, you can see they filled in the dirt where you would theoretically enter. And the top just kind of remains as a reminder of old times. But there's a beautiful photo book of a British guy. He made a photo book. Accidentally stole one of his photos. Anyways, hit me up, really nice guy. If you're interested in the bunkers of Albania, I'm gonna put a link to the book in the description, because they're in crazy places. They're all over the place, and sometimes with very nice vantage points, and sometimes with very funny outcomes of how they ended up. So check that out for sure. So with the sun setting on our day in Korce, the beautiful mountains in the background, I wanted to take you on the main street before we get out of here. So this is the Resurrection of Christ Church, I believe is the name, the one that they bulldozed and
rebuilt in 1992. We have this Albanian warrior, probably World War I, World War II, with a rifle. We got the Albanian flag. And then here, this right here is that first school that the Ottomans made, or allowed to happen, that actually has the first Albanian book ever written inside, which I think is really cool. The start of the Albanian linguistic history. Not the spoken, but the academic and the written, and really the education of the Albanians lies right in this building right here. And it's got this, the Ottoman style when you're talking about buildings, they always have these, I don't know what you'd call them, bay windows or kind of lofted vault windows. They're always protruding. You know that's an Ottoman building when you see it. This is a great place to look at the stylistic tendencies of Albania. You have modern, you have Ottoman, you have recreations of older styles, Greek styles. You have the old houses over here, and then if you go further this way, you have the communist block housing. This is a city. It's a really small city, but it's got a little bit of everything. The story of Albania and the history of Albania all in one small place. So thank you guys for watching. We're gonna sign off today. Gonna head to a village to do a food video that's gonna be part of this larger food video that I'm doing about Albania, kind of trying to capture what the food and culture of life around food is here. So that's all coming soon. And then we're heading back to Tirana. We're going to the south of Albania soon, so stay tuned for those videos. And that's going to be it from Korce. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed it. If you didn't, I hope you watch another video and I can change your mind. Follow me, See you next time.